7 secret signs a woman wants you to make a move on her now. Modern Stoic. Have you ever stood across from a woman and wondered, is she waiting for me to make a move? Most men miss the moment because women rarely say it outright. Instead, they send subtle signs through glances, body language, and quiet energy. If you can't read them, you risk missing real opportunities. But once you learn these signals, you move with calm confidence instead of hesitation. As Lao Tzu wisely said, at the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are and you know what you want. The truth is, women are taught by society to be subtle, to protect their hearts from judgment and rejection. They don't play games, they communicate in ways that require a man of understanding to truly listen. Learning this isn't about manipulation, it's about respect, emotional intelligence and connection. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you master this hidden language, you don't just attract women, you elevate yourself. Stay with me as we dive into the 7 secret signs she's waiting for you. Comment below. I am ready to understand her world. Your transformation starts now. Sign 1. She finds ways to be close to you. When a woman is genuinely drawn to you, the physical distance between you begins to dissolve, and this is never by accident. It is an unspoken invitation, a quiet yet deliberate signal that says, I want to be close to you. And the man who understands the language of subtlety, who doesn't need flashing neon signs to recognize opportunity, will catch this unfolding right before his very eyes. Maybe you're standing at a crowded party, and though the room is filled with space, she edges closer to your side, or perhaps at a networking event, while everyone else maintains polite distance, she somehow finds herself within your immediate circle, leaning just a bit into your space, almost brushing your arm with hers. And it's not a clumsy coincidence, it's intention without words. Imagine this. You're at your favourite coffee shop, focused on your laptop, and you notice her sitting 2 tables away, casually flipping through a book. And without a word spoken, the next glance reveals she's relocated closer, now 1 table away, and before you know it, she's sharing the same small corner of that half-empty cafe with you. That's no accident. That's a call, a soft yet deliberate reach for connection. And if you, as a man, miss it, you are not just ignoring her presence. You are turning your back on the very essence of feminine vulnerability, reaching toward masculine strength, because women often speak in the language of movement, of proximity, testing whether you are perceptive, strong, and present enough to notice their silent invitations. And this is where many men fail, not because they were rejected, but because they were too passive, too unsure, too distracted to act when the moment was wide open. And as Marcus Aurelius wisely reminded us, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury, and in this case, the injury is inflicted not on her, but on yourself, by letting hesitation rob you of destiny, and when she brushes past you lightly, lingers during conversations, or seems to accidentally find reasons to stay close to you, she is giving you a golden opportunity, wrapped in humility, and hoping you will rise up into your natural leadership. Because confidence, true masculine confidence, isn't about brashness or loud displays. It's about calm awareness, steady presence, the ability to recognize her offering without needing it spelled out for you, and leading from a place of strength, respect, and decisiveness. When a woman offers you her presence, she is offering you a door into deeper intimacy, into trust, into possibility, and it is not her role to pull you through it. It is yours to notice, to act, and to move the connection forward, because life will not always scream at you with obvious signs. Sometimes the greatest treasures are hidden behind the smallest shifts, and only the attentive, the courageous, the wise will ever find them. So the next time you notice a woman repeatedly choosing proximity over distance, the next time she happens to find herself next to you even when she had 100 other options, know this: it is her courage wrapped in subtlety. It is her feminine spirit whispering, I trust you enough to come closer. Will you meet me halfway? And in that moment, you have a choice: to hesitate and remain blind, forever wondering why connection eludes you, or to step forward with quiet strength, owning the invitation with the grace and certainty that defines a truly noble man. Remember, this is not about playing childish games. It's about understanding the sacred dance of attraction. It's about honoring the ways we, as men and women, seek to find each other beyond words, through presence, energy, and unspoken understanding. And if you are ready to be the man who notices, who acts with confidence and respect, who embraces the silent invitations women offer with hope and vulnerability, then comment below, "I'm ready to make my move, because the world belongs to those who have the courage to see and the strength to act." Sign 2. She mirrors your body language. When a woman mirrors your body language, understand it is not a random event. It is a profound, subconscious signal that she feels connected, safe, and attracted to you. In psychology, this behavior, known as mirroring, happens when someone instinctively copies another person's gestures, posture, tone, or even emotional energy without consciously thinking about it. For example, if you lean forward while speaking and moments later notice her leaning in too, or if you sit back with your hands relaxed and see her doing the same shortly after, it is not an accident. It is a clear sign she is aligning herself with your vibe. It goes beyond body posture. If your energy is lively and she begins to reflect that same enthusiasm, she's signaling emotional investment. Imagine a real-life situation. You're at a coffee shop having a casual conversation. You take a sip of your drink, and moments later she mirrors the same action. Or you tilt your head while smiling, and she unconsciously mirrors that movement. This is her mind syncing with yours in real time. As the famous psychologist Dr. John Gottman wisely said, "The best way to know someone is to pay attention to what they do when they think you're not looking." And these unconscious moments are pure gold for understanding true feelings. Moreover, notice when she playfully touches you, adjusting your tie, brushing something off your jacket, or smoothing your sleeve. These are not just casual gestures. They are deliberate attempts to bridge physical distance and invite deeper connection. In today's fast-paced, guarded world, where women are highly selective about who they let into their emotional space, mirroring and subtle touches are bold, meaningful signals. Recognizing them gives you a massive advantage because while words can deceive, body language rarely lies. Therefore, if you catch her mirroring your actions or initiating playful touch, stay composed, respond with confident ease, and allow the bond to unfold naturally. In the spirit of modern Stoic wisdom, remember, attraction is not something you force. It is something you nurture with awareness, patience, and authenticity. If you have ever noticed a woman mirroring you or initiating subtle touches in your life, share your experience in the comments below. I would love to hear your story and how it shaped your understanding of connection. Sign 3. She initiates playful physical touch. When a woman initiates playful physical touch, it is never accidental. It is a calculated, courageous signal sent through a society that teaches her to guard her feelings. And if you are the man who is truly awake, truly alive, you will recognize it not as a coincidence, but as an unmistakable invitation to lead with strength and wisdom. Because in a world flooded with empty messages, meaningless swipes, and cold digital interaction, the rare, warm spark of touch speaks volumes louder than words ever could. When she taps your arm while laughing at your joke, when she brushes something invisible from your shoulder, when she reaches out to fix your collar, she's testing the waters, testing your ability to understand what most men foolishly miss. And if you hesitate, if you overthink, if you second guess, you are not being respectful. You are losing ground because attraction is not always loud, but it is always intentional. Think of it like this. Imagine you are standing at a casual office party, coffee in hand, making small talk, and you crack a simple joke about how terrible you are at dancing, and she suddenly laughs, steps closer, and lightly punches your arm playfully, her eyes shining with amusement. Now ask yourself, does that little punch really need to happen? Or is it her way of telling you, I'm comfortable, I'm interested, and I'm hoping you'll see it? Modern Stoic men know the answer instinctively, They do not seek endless verbal confirmation. They read the subtle signs like a general reads the battlefield, because they understand that the woman who dares to break the physical barrier first is offering a piece of her vulnerability, and only a fool would miss it. And it doesn't end there. Maybe you're at the gym, wiping sweat from your forehead when she walks by, smiles, and gives a light tap on your elbow saying, "Good job in there." Casual? Maybe, but also loaded with hidden meaning, because women today don't touch random men without thought. That tap says, "I see you, I approve of you, I'm inviting you to notice me back." In moments like these, weakness will tell you to stay silent, but greatness will command you to act, because life, love, and opportunity never wait for the unsure. They reward the decisive, the bold, the man who knows that destiny is always written between the lines, between the touches, between the smiles. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." And so it is with attraction. The little hesitation you feel must be turned into movement, into strength, into leadership. When she touches you playfully, it is not time to analyse, it is time to rise, because your future will not be built on missed signals. It will be built on moments seized with clarity and masculine certainty. So hear me clearly. If you have seen these signs, if you have felt her reaching out, if you have experienced the spark of her subtle courage, do not waste another second, because someone else, someone less worthy, someone quicker, will take the chance you hesitate to claim. You were not made to sit idle while your life passes by. You were made to be a conqueror of moments, a builder of destiny. And if you feel that fire stirring in your chest right now, comment boldly below. I am the man who knows the signs. Smash that like button like you are smashing through old fears. Subscribe for a lifetime supply of wisdom forged in fire, and never forget. The man who acts wins the heart. The man who hesitates watches it slip away. And in the end, only one of those men writes the story that others remember. Sign 4. She gives you prolonged eye contact. When a woman is truly captivated by you, her eyes betray her emotions before her words ever will. Because when she locks eyes with you and holds that gaze just a heartbeat longer than what's casual, you're not just seeing interest, you're witnessing an invitation, a challenge, a silent declaration that says, "I'm here, I see you, I want you to step forward, and make no mistake. This is not some random coincidence. This is one of the most ancient and purest forms of attraction being displayed right before you, and the man who knows how to recognize it, who meets that gaze with equal intensity and calm certainty, instantly separates himself from the crowd of those who hesitate, stutter, or retreat into fear. Remember the words of Epictetus. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants, because this moment isn't about chasing approval or playing games. It's about recognizing that you have everything you need already, the opportunity, the power, and the choice to act. When her eyes are soft, lingering, and her smile blooms naturally as she looks at you, you must not turn away. You must not fumble the moment, because to hesitate here is to send a message that you are not the man she hoped you would be. And believe me, in the real world, life doesn't always offer second chances. If you miss the window, someone braver will step through it. Imagine this. You're standing at a bar, talking casually, and she holds your gaze just a second longer than necessary, a smile playing at her lips. And you have two choices. Stand firm, meet her eyes with quiet power, and let the chemistry spark, or look away, break the connection, and watch her interest fade like smoke in the air. Ask yourself, what kind of man are you becoming? Are you the man who claims the moment, or the man who doubts himself into regret? Because women aren't looking for perfection. They're searching for certainty, for presence, for a man who can hold their gaze and hold their heart with equal strength. The ability to recognize and respond to her silent invitation is not a skill you can afford to ignore. It is the gateway to connection, intimacy, and deeper relationships. And if you truly want to master the art of attraction, it starts with mastering your presence in these small but powerful moments. So next time her eyes find yours and don't look away, You don't look away either. You hold her there. You smile with calm assurance, and you step into the connection she is offering you on a silver platter. Because greatness belongs to those who are ready to seize it without hesitation. Comment below, I am ready to own the moment, if you're committed to never missing these signals again. And if this message stirred something inside you, smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this with a brother who needs to hear it. Because we're building men of wisdom, strength, and unshakable confidence right here, and you are part of that movement of. Sign 5. She laughs at your jokes, even the bad ones. When a woman laughs at your jokes, especially the ones you know deep down aren't exactly comedic gold, it's not just a compliment to your sense of humour, it's a powerful signal of her attraction and emotional investment in you. Humour has always played a crucial role in human connection, serving as a bridge that brings two people closer together. And when she finds reasons to laugh with you, it's rarely just about the joke itself. It's about the bond she's trying to build. There's a big difference between a polite chuckle given out of courtesy and genuine, contagious laughter that lights up her whole face. And as a wise man once said, laughter is the shortest distance between two people. A truth echoed by countless relationship experts. In real life, think about those moments when you crack a simple joke. Something about the bad coffee you're both sipping, or a light-hearted comment about getting lost on the way to the restaurant. And she not only laughs, but leans in slightly, her eyes sparkling with real amusement, maybe even brushing your arm as if pulled closer by an invisible thread. That reaction is not random. It's deeply instinctive. Pay attention if she's not only laughing, but also finding little excuses to share her own funny stories, teasing you playfully, or making light-hearted jokes at your expense in a way that feels warm rather than critical. Because these are signs she is actively trying to create intimacy through shared joy. Laughter is a social glue, and when a woman chooses to laugh easily and openly with you, especially in a world where people are often guarded and careful, it shows she feels safe, seen, and connected. If you're wise, you'll recognize that her laughter is not about delivering a stand-up comedy performance. It's about sparking an emotional connection that opens the door to something more. So don't overthink trying to be the funniest guy in the room. Focus instead on being genuine, playful, and present, because a woman laughs most deeply when she feels free and at ease. In the spirit of Stoic awareness, observe her reactions without desperation, but with calm confidence, and let her laughter guide you like a lighthouse in the fog of uncertainty. If you've ever experienced a woman laughing at even your worst jokes and sense that deeper connection forming, share your story in the comments. I would love to hear how you recognize this powerful signal in your own life. Sign 6. She asks personal questions. When a woman starts asking personal questions, it's a powerful and often overlooked signal that she's genuinely interested in connecting with you beyond the surface. And as a man who values wisdom and strength, you must recognize this moment for what it is, an open door to something real. She isn't merely passing the time with idle chatter. She's deliberately reaching into the substance of your life, seeking to understand your world, your dreams, your experiences, and your passions. And this is where many men, caught off guard, either fumble the opportunity by offering vague, detached answers or shut down completely out of fear of vulnerability. But the truth is, in the eyes of a truly interested woman, vulnerability is not weakness. It is strength, it is depth, and it is the gateway to emotional intimacy. And when she asks about your passions, your childhood memories, your ambitions for the future, or the challenges that shaped you, she's not looking for perfect stories or polished answers. She's searching for authenticity, for a man who dares to stand firm in who he is. And as you answer, notice if she follows up, digging a little deeper, because that persistence is her way of saying, I want to know you, not just your surface, but your soul. And the real mark of her seriousness is when she remembers and brings up small but meaningful details you casually mentioned days or even weeks ago. A book you loved, a family member you admire, a dream you confessed, showing you that you were not just heard, but valued. And this is your moment to lead the conversation into richer waters, because as Marcus Aurelius wisely said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one, meaning that when she offers you her curiosity and attention, you honour it by stepping boldly into your own authenticity, by speaking not just with words, but with the weight of lived truth. And in doing so, you give her something no superficial charm or clever tactic ever could, a sense of real emotional safety and excitement, a sense that she is connecting with a man who is not afraid of himself. And in today's world, where distractions are everywhere and shallow conversations are the norm, a man who listens deeply, shares honestly, and engages with presence stands out like a lighthouse in the fog. So next time you notice a woman asking you those thoughtful, personal questions, don't retreat. Lean in, show her your real character, not with arrogance, but with quiet, firm openness. Because real connection is not built on pretending to be impressive, it is built on being courageous enough to be sincere. And if you've ever wondered why some men effortlessly form deep bonds while others struggle endlessly, this is it. They recognize when a woman is signaling her deeper interest, and they meet that moment with a steady hand, a strong heart, and a willingness to be seen for who they truly are. So ask yourself now, when the opportunity for true connection knocks, will you step forward with the confidence of a man who knows himself, or will you hesitate and let it slip away unnoticed? Share your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your experiences and insights. Sign 7. She compliments you and notices small details. When a woman goes out of her way to compliment you and notices the finer details most would overlook, understand that this is not random. It is a deliberate signal, a flashing green light, a moment you cannot afford to ignore. In a world where everyone rushes by without seeing, she sees you, and as Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. Her thoughts are painting you in colours of admiration and intrigue. And if you fail to recognise it, you risk missing a rare opportunity unfolding right before your eyes. Because when she says things like, "Your smile is captivating," or "I admire how you stay calm under pressure," she's peeling back layers and showing she values not just your appearance, but the substance of who you are, a man of composure, depth, and strength. And when she notices your watch, your cologne, or the subtle way you phrase your words, she's whispering that you have entered her mind's private domain where few are allowed entry, and in today's distracted world, that level of focused attention is pure gold. So ask yourself, are you going to stand there like a passive observer, or will you step into your power, recognize these clues for what they are, and act decisively as a man who understands the language of genuine interest? Remember, real men are not blind to opportunity. They seize it. Therefore, next time she compliments you or highlights a subtle detail only someone truly attentive would notice, lean in, respond warmly, and match her investment with your own clarity and presence. Because hesitation is the death of connection, and every second you delay, another man out there is ready to move boldly. If you agree that true strength lies in knowing when to act, drop a comment below saying, "I see the signs and I act with courage." And if this message strikes a chord within you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights that sharpen your instincts and help you master the art of attraction like a true modern Stoic. How to respond to these signs. When you start to recognize the subtle but unmistakable signs that a woman wants you to make a move, understand that the true art is not in rushing forward blindly, but in responding with calm confidence and respectful strength. Because in the words of Epictetus, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And this principle holds true in the delicate dance of attraction. The first rule you must embrace is this: stay grounded, stay composed, because while confidence is magnetic, arrogance and assumption are repellent. And if you push too hard or interpret her every smile as an invitation, you will crush the very spark that is beginning to ignite. So instead, become the kind of man who listens more than he speaks, who notices her cues with discernment and responds not with desperation, but with natural ease. And if she compliments you, do not stumble over your words or act overly excited. Simply return the energy lightly with a genuine but subtle compliment. Something simple like, "Thank you. I really appreciate that." You have a great eye for details, because this shows you are not needy for validation, but that you honor her attention with grace. And in today's world, where forced interactions and hollow flattery run rampant, authenticity becomes a rare and valuable currency that only the wise can trade with great success. Furthermore, avoid the deadly mistake of misreading friendliness for romantic interest. There is a fine line between perception and projection, and if you project your desires onto her without clear confirmation, you not only disrespect her, but reveal a lack of mastery over yourself, which a woman instantly detects. The Stoic man knows that true attraction must be allowed to blossom naturally, without coercion or pressure, just like the finest wines that mature best with patience and care. So use humour to keep the mood light. Allow moments to breathe. Let silence be a companion rather than a void to be filled, because effortless rapport grows in an environment of ease, not tension. And if you can maintain this balance, you transform from just another man trying to impress into the rare man who impresses without trying. Remember, in every interaction, your goal is not to convince her to like you. It is to show up as the man she naturally cannot help but be drawn to. If you agree that confidence combined with respect is the ultimate power, drop a comment below saying, "I move with confidence and wisdom." And if this insight speaks to your spirit, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more strategies that turn ordinary moments into extraordinary connections. The kind that a true modern Stoic masters with ease. Common mistakes men make. The first and most frequent mistake is overlooking obvious signs. Too often, men ignore or doubt the signals women are giving, either because of insecurity or fear of rejection. Maybe you're thinking, "She's just being nice," or "That can't mean she's interested in me." But here's the reality. If you constantly second-guess yourself, you'll likely miss out on opportunities. Learn to trust your instincts and recognize when she's genuinely interested. Another common pitfall is moving too fast or too slow. Pacing is everything. Moving too fast, like trying to escalate things before she's ready, can make her feel uncomfortable or pressured. On the flip side, moving too slowly can signal disinterest, causing her to lose patience or even move on. The key is balance. Match her energy, respond to her cues, and let things progress naturally. Hey there. Thanks so much for sticking with us all the way until the end. Today, we didn't just scratch the surface. We unlocked the 7 secret signs a woman gives when she wants you to make a move. Everything from those playful touches, those lingering glances, the personal questions she asks, to the compliments she slips into conversation when she thinks you're not even noticing. These are not just random gestures. They are powerful, meaningful signals that many men overlook simply because they are too focused on what to say next or too trapped inside their own heads. But now, you are no longer in the dark. You have the knowledge to see what most men miss. The silent invitations, the subtle courage it takes for a woman to open the door for deep connection without risking direct rejection. Here's the real bottom line. Success in attraction isn't about cheesy pickup lines or being someone you're not. It's about awareness, presence, confidence, and above all, respect. It's about recognizing her effort, reading the moment, and responding with strength and authenticity. Don't overthink it, don't drown in doubt, but also don't ignore what's right in front of you. Trust yourself, understand her signals, respect her vulnerability, and respond in a way that builds genuine trust, emotional excitement, and mutual attraction. Because at the end of the day, it's not just the words you say, it's the energy you bring, the steady presence you hold, and the realness you offer that makes all the difference. So now that you're armed with these tools, I want you to take a deep breath, steady your mind, trust in your instincts, and when the right moment comes, because it will, you won't hesitate, you won't second guess. You'll simply act with the calm strength of a man who knows who he is. You'll make your move not with desperation, but with confidence, respect, and genuine interest. And trust me, That energy is magnetic beyond anything you could imagine. If this video helped open your eyes or gave you even one new insight, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe for more powerful relationship wisdom like this. Because mastering connection isn't just about one moment. It's a lifelong journey of growth, understanding, and deepening your masculine energy. And I would love to hear from you in the comments. Which of the 7 signs surprised you the most? Which one do you realize you might have overlooked in the past? Share your thoughts below. You never know who you might inspire just by opening up. And if you're serious about taking your confidence to the next level, make sure to check out the links in the description below. We've got some incredible resources waiting for you. Thanks again for watching. Stay strong, stay aware, and as always, remember, the world belongs to the man who sees, who understands, and who acts without fear. I'll see you in the next video.